That's must win to keep pace in the championship race with Manchester United, and they're boosted by the return of top scorer Lee Chapman just 6 weeks after breaking his wrist in the FA Cup tie against Manchester United. Chapman, as you can see, has a light protective shield on the wrist, but is determined to get back to the action as quickly as possible, and he's in it now. Oh, that's neat. And Strachan plays the ball into space, and Batty, who scored a goal in the last home game from that sort of an angle, got involved again. Now it's Wallace. Still Wallace. Leeds with men in the middle. It's coming to the back post to speed, and right across the face of goal, and just beyond the far upright. Very nice build-up from Leeds, but in the end, at speed, couldn't get the header quite where he wanted it. He did well, but it's just over the top. Dorigo's made some space for himself here, and might hit the shot, and it's going to swing wide of the left upright. But Luton should beware, because Tony Dorigo stole into a huge gap there, and although they got bodies around then, it was a swerver which could have gone in. Batty, good knock through from McAllister. Now it's speed, and here's Wallace, who might just get in. Appeals for a handball, not awarded by Mr. Flood, however, against Dreyer, but the pass out wasn't too clever. He was trying to make something of it, gets the throw in. And Dorigo stays down, holding his knee, and Alan Sutton, the Leeds physio, immediately dashes down the touchline to tend to Dorigo's needs. Tony Dorigo hobbles away to the dressing room, and it's a moot point as to whether Leeds will try and give him time for treatment to get back on, or whether they'll introduce either Cantona or Agana. And indeed, Leeds are going to bring on Cantona straight away. So the French international comes on for his home debut, having featured as a substitute at Oldham and in a full game at Everton last week. The shame is, of course, it's because Dorigo is injured. And the reorganisation has taken Gary Speed into a left-back position, and he's got some defending to do now straight away. This is Pembridge, and a flashing drive from the Welshman Mark Pembridge. He scored 2 goals last week, one for his country, his first one for Wales over in Dublin, and one for Luton, and that was a good thrashing effort. A young player we're going to hear a lot of. He's only 21, made his debut on New Year's Day last year. Luton just coming into it a bit more, perhaps as Leeds reorganise. Hughes has found James in a good supporting role, and the ball in, still not clear. Batty doesn't get a decisive touch on it, and Pembridge has his second effort in a minute. The shot goes wide from Pembridge, but the warning signals are there for Leeds. It's a huge punt by Lukic again. Chapman never even jumped for it though. Dreyer winning the ball. Wallace towards Chapman. Couldn't get there though. Luton continue to snuff out Leeds and then look to hit them on breaks like this one. Lukic again just lobs it down the middle of the field. McAllister is through. Here's Cantona. He could get his first goal, and he's ballooned it over the top. And really, for a French international, he should have scored. And that would have settled him down so much. It's a glorious chance, this, over the top of the defender from McAllister. Cantona thinks about it and then spins it over the crossbar. That was the best chance Leeds have had. And he might not get another one as good in this half. But Leeds sweep forward again, and now James is in trouble against Wallace. Wallace might score! Off the bar, and Chapman can't get in, and it's not going for Leeds at the moment. Straight up to Cantona's miss. Wallace did all that himself. He did this superbly, and this has lifted the crowd. It was a cracking effort that deserved a goal. On another day, it would have gone in. McAllister up the middle goes Strachan. He's onside this time. Strachan breaks, and Batty's calling for it. Strachan checks. Can he finish it himself? No. The drive is directly at Sutton. and Leeds have now spurned 3 chances in 2 minutes, and this was the first time the offside trap had been broken. Strachan did so well up to that point, and then the final shot just lacked the spring in the direction. And all of a sudden, Luton were wobbling. But it's goals that count in this game, and Leeds still haven't got one. And how ironic it would be if Luton got one on the break now. And they do break with Priest. Took up the pass from Pembridge. Hits the ball long towards Harford. Should be cleared by McAllister. No, it's won back by Hughes for Luton. And a trick on by Harford on McAllister produces a free kick for Leeds. And they've got on with it quickly. Well, it's lifted the pace of the game, and Cantona here has been involved, and this time he should have done better. He's got to get a good ball in, however. There's only Chapman in the middle to receive it, and that's going to be met by Dreyer. Out as far as Batty. This looks better from the Leeds point of view. They've suddenly raised their game. Sterland and Strachan. Weak pass from Strachan, it really was. McAllister comes into it. He's going through. McAllister might score. Cantona must surely. Yes! Vive la France! And McAllister really is the creator. He did all the damage to the Luton defence. And Eric Cantona says, thank you very much indeed. And gets his first goal as a Leeds United player. But it's Luton again now, in possession. Kamara. Strachan underneath this, but Priest had got back to dispossess the Scot, and it's still Priest. And now has a chance for Luton! It's gone a foot wide from Brian Steen. And yet again Leeds caught out. Priest, who's been dangerous all afternoon, made the initial opening, and Steen's shot missed by no more than a whisker. He's disappointed at that. Leeds have just got to make sure now, as Luton have come right at them, and now it's played long, and this time they're onside, and the goalkeeper Sutton has to use his head in more ways than one. And Cantona gets another header up, and it's sliced away for Chapman's volley! And it's welcome back Lee Chapman. A real striker's goal, and number 15 of the season for Lee Chapman surely justifies his return to the side and settles the day for Leeds United. That's beautifully taken. Sweet as a nut. Now McAllister might play it across. He does. Cantona for the header, punched out by the keeper, and an offside verdict. Not the most convincing Leeds United performance of the season, but sometimes at this stage of the season results are more important than performances. And with those goals from Eric Cantona and one from Lee Chapman coming at good times, Leeds have overcome Luton Town's challenge to secure a 2-0 victory and 3 very important points.
Eric, you must be very pleased at scoring your first goal for Leeds United. Content, le premier but Leeds United?
Yes, content.
Happy.
I'm very happy.
Yes.
For the team.
Très content.
For the team. For me, after.
And Leeds, you think a good team?
Yes, very good team.
Yeah. Lee, obviously it's difficult for Eric settling in into any new side as it is for any new player. How did you feel about your partnership in the hour you were together?
Well, Eric doesn't speak the language. I know what he's going through. I had the same experience in France 4 years ago. It's very difficult for him. He will take time, but he's a good player, and good players don't need to talk the same language. And I thought today when he came on, we fitted in very well together. Eric was getting my flick-ons, and he looked the part today.
Well, no Frenchman